Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dia, and on this channel, I share tips and ideas on home decorating, design, and DIYs. If this is the kind of video you enjoy watching, hit that subscribe button. It helps my channel and encourages me to continue making videos for you. Spring is in the air, and nature is coming alive. I am inspired to freshen up my home and welcome the new season. Join me today as I decorate my space and make small changes and additions to make a huge impact to the overall look and feel of my home. This video is packed with styling ideas and tips, so make sure you watch until the end. During the colder months, I use dark colored textiles to create a cozier vibe. But as the weather warms up, I like to switch things up to lighter colors. So first things first, let me remove the dark, thick knitted throw blanket. Next, I'll swap out a couple of the pillows with paler color tones. If you're like me and prefer neutral colors, you can inject interest by using different textures and sizes. I'll keep the soft coffee-colored velvet pillow I got from IKEA several years ago. And I'll add a boucle pillow cover from Amazon in a lighter tone. The lumber pillow with the interesting ruching provides a tone-on-tone pattern to the mix. I'll also switch out this thick Sherpa throw blanket with a lighter textured soft knit. I'm reusing items I've had for several years, but I will try to link as many products as I can in the description below, just in case you see something that interests you. By combining different textures and varied shades and tones of the same color, which in this case is brown, I create an interesting layered look. Next, let's bring in some natural elements. I'll use a deep basket I got at the thrift store for only $1. Then I'll place this plastic plant dish in it. You can get these at any plant nursery or home improvement store. Now I'll just pop some small potted plants into the basket. I chose 2 mini peace lilies, a variegated pothos, and an exotic angel plant, which are super easy to maintain. You can choose any plants you like, but if you have cats or dogs, please make sure to pick ones that aren't harmful to pets. I'll dress it up with some Spanish moss for a finished look. This little live plant arrangement will add a fresh element to my coffee table. A lidded box keeps TV remotes and coasters out of sight, but within easy reach. Next, I'll round off the grouping with a book. The color of the cover complements the brown tones in this arrangement. This is a ceramic plant saucer from Walmart that has just the right texture and color and will serve as a base for a candle. Because, after all, spring decorating would not be complete without a complementary scent. Here I'm using one of my favorite clean candles. The fresh scent is called peppermint sage. And of course, I'll finish it off by adding a snuffer. By the way, this brand of candles prides itself for its natural approach to candle making. It has a wood wick that looks like a cinnamon stick that helps the candle burn evenly right down to the last drop. It has a lovely smell without all the harmful fumes and substances that can affect the air quality of my home. I'll link my favorite non-toxic candles in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. The coffee table arrangement follows the key elements of styling. There is color repetition in varied tones. I've incorporated natural elements like the woven basket, the wood box, and the plants. I've also mixed things up by using items that have different materials, textures, shapes, and height. If you want to learn more about the key elements designers use when styling a space, make sure to watch my designer tips video, which I will link here and in the description below. Since we are in the living room area, let's decorate the TV console. I like to keep things simple and low so nothing is obstructing the view to the TV. A simple white marble tray with a small wooden candle base carries the colors from the coffee table arrangement over to this side of the space. Let's top this with another one of my favorite candles. Oh wow, the blood orange and grapefruit scent smells just like spring. To finish off this mini arrangement, I'll add a couple of artificial succulents I picked up from the at-home store. Although I love live plants, there are spaces and situations where fall plants are a better fit. But I'm very picky when it comes to artificial plants, and I always look for the most realistic looking ones. On the other side of the console, I'll place a live goldfish plant in a pot that complements my color scheme. I love the way the branches have a flowy, trailing look. Combining artificial and live plants in my space makes the fall plants look more realistic, and often you have to look closely to tell the difference. Notice the repetition of color, mixed textures, materials, and the effortless introduction of nature that makes this area of the open plan living space look simple yet elegantly decorated. Now let's carry those elements and colors to other areas of the space. Here is a quick and easy arrangement that uses the same artificial succulents in 2 sizes. 3 easy steps: white pebbles, succulents, and a few small river rocks make for a perfect arrangement that can be used as a table centerpiece, on a counter, or a console. Of course, you can use a smaller, shallow, long, or round bowl or tray and use less succulents for a similar look. I'm using a couple of river rocks to prop up the larger succulents and arranging the smaller ones for a natural look. Adding a few river rocks here and there adds some dimension. This would be lovely on the dining table, but I'm planning to use it in a different area to tie in with the succulents that are on the TV console. Next, let's decorate the entry console that is directly across from the living room seating area. Since this is the first thing you see when you walk into the house, I always like to style it in a way that acts as an introduction to the rest of the home's color palette and decorating scheme. The textured wall art is a DIY piece I recently created. It is the perfect backdrop for this styling arrangement. I'll start with a slim vase. Since I'm planning to add tall stems to this vessel, I'll put a handful of river rocks inside to give it some weight and stability. I'll add 3 blossom stems I bought from Hobby Lobby recently. I like the simplicity of the branches, and the small buds remind me of the almond blossoms that filled the Mediterranean countryside in early spring. This brings sweet memories of our time spent in that area of the world. I bend the stems to make them look wavy and flared out for a more natural look. The book complements the color of the vase, and the tortoiseshell box carries the brown tones from the sitting area over to this side of the room. On the other side, I'll stack a large and smaller ceramic planter dish, both from Walmart, for interest and height, and then top them with a large cream-colored glass candle. As you can see, this layering effect elevates the look of simple items. The combination of soft, complementary colors, varying textures, height, and different shapes create a stylishly decorated console. Now let me incorporate those colors and materials to the lower part of the console with the succulent arrangement in that long mango wood bowl. Here is the finished look of the entry console that acts as an introduction to the colors and decorating style of the rest of this open plan living, dining, and kitchen area. Now let's brighten things up in the kitchen area. This is how this side of the kitchen looks during the colder months. The dark tone accessories make it look more cozy, but spring and summer decorating call for lighter colors. I'll use the same cutting boards for a layered backdrop because they complement the wood elements in the other areas of the space. The round cutting board is a vintage piece from the early 1900s, passed down from my grandmother to my mother and then to me, so it has sentimental value for me. Varying the orientation of the boards, both by shape and by wood grain direction, adds interest. Let's switch out the vessel that this live plant sits in. I'm going to use a white textured wide mouth vase. An empty yogurt container helps keep the plant at the top of the vase and also can collect any excess water when I'm watering it. A white marble mortar and pestle and a spoon rest are useful when preparing food and add a utilitarian element to this arrangement because this is, after all, a kitchen and it needs to be practical as well as stylish. On the other side of the counter, I place the candle on a white marble base. The stainless steel bowl matches the hot water kettle, and a small bud vase with green clippings from my garden adds some style to that corner. Finally, I'll make a statement by putting together a simple spring-inspired dining table centerpiece. I'll use this large textured vase that I upcycled last year. It was originally pink glass, and put a glass jar in it to help keep the floral stems in place. I also put some paper towels around it to keep it from moving around. I got these branches from Hobby Lobby. They remind me of the way trees look just as they are sprouting new leaves at the beginning of spring. I manipulate each branch so it has a flared out, wavy, natural look, and then bend the bottom part at different heights. In this arrangement, I used 4 branches. I could just stop here and it would look like a simple rendition of spring branches. But I want to add some small spring blooms for an effortless look that appears like I just stepped outside and cut these from a tree in my yard. Since these branches and blooms are artificial, no trees were harmed in the making of this video. As I said before, I'm a bit picky with the type of fall plants and flowers I incorporate into my decor. I find that the most realistic ones tend to be in soft muted colors. These are from the at-home store, and at $3.99 per stem, they are the great price since I need about 8 of these for this large arrangement. I start in the middle with the tallest stem and work my way out and around, making sure that they are placed between the other branches. Because there is a chandelier right above this table, I will place the arrangement off-centered, and I will balance the look with a similar colored bowl, which I also upcycled. If you'd like to know how I DIY'd these 2 pieces, check out my video linked here and in the description below. A few lemons and green clipping from my garden finish off the look. The dining table is visible from all areas of this open plan living space. So this centerpiece acts as a focal point and is the perfect accent for spring and even leading into summer. So as you can see, it doesn't take much to change the look and feel of your space from season to season. What did you think of the simple spring styling ideas and the adjustments I made to my space? Also, let me know, are you one that prefers a simple approach to spring decorating, or do you like a more elaborate spring decor vibe? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos on home decorating, design, and home improvement ideas. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.